Ndị be anyị ekenekwanụ m unu. Anyị sị ka nke onye chiri ya zelu. Anyị sị n'ụbọchị nke taa mara na anyị na mma na ihe a dị ka echi na echi ada agwụ agwụ. Otu anyị kwuru otu akọ ya dịrịrị. Ise dịka o si dị ya bụ Eastern News 24 ka anyị si wetara ya bụ ozi unu je gị n'ugbu a n'iru akwụkwọ gbasata maka ya bụ ife na-eme n'obodo nọ n'ime ya anụ nwere ụwa na-azụ n'ala Igbo. Alright, ya wetara n'ụbọchị nke taa bụ one of the Biafran activists wetara anyị ozi, quote, Tinubu's government in tears as Donald Trump approves Goodluck Jonathan's petition to let Biafrans go. All right, this is according to the Biafran activist. Wetara ya bozi. I got up on Kungaya before Jimakewe Benera. Podiki Gigi say drop right feature no dinky. All right, over to you.
Former Nigerian President Goodluck Jonathan, known for his peaceful nature, has finally spoken out about past political events and the agitation for Biafra. Jonathan claims he was removed from power by a coalition involving the All Progressives Congress, APC, foreign influence, including US former President Barack Obama, and terrorist groups used as a weapon. Goodluck. Jonathan now insists that Biafrans must be allowed to go and warns of consequences if they are not released or granted independence. He suggests that Donald Trump supports the Biafran cause and has accepted a petition to let Biafrans go in April 2025. Donald Trump has allegedly exposed African leaders for misusing US aid funds, making many fearful of his return to power. Goodluck Jonathan criticized Nigeria's electoral system, stating that ghost voters make it impossible to have accurate election results. Goodluck Jonathan indirectly implies that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's election was rigged and that the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, lacks credibility. Goodluck Jonathan calls for electoral transparency, arguing that Nigeria's regional, ethnic, and religious divisions prevent true democracy. He references Rwanda as a model of national unity and suggests that Nigeria needs a similar transformation to move forward. Meanwhile, a critic has suggested that Goodluck Jonathan should go beyond electoral reform and openly call for Nigeria's breakup, questioning whether he is being held back by political secrets. Former Nigerian President Goodluck Jonathan has recently made headlines by speaking passionately about Nigeria's troubled political history and the long-standing agitation for Biafran independence. In a manner that many did not expect, the former president, long known for his gentle and peaceful approach, has now taken a bold stand. He claims that his own removal from power was not a simple political transition, but rather the result of a powerful and coordinated effort involving Nigeria's ruling All Progressives Congress, foreign influences such as former United States President Barack Obama, and even the manipulation of terrorist groups. According to Goodluck Jonathan, these elements worked together as a forceful coalition that ultimately displaced him from power, setting the stage for a cascade of issues that continue to plague Nigeria today. Goodluck Jonathan's message goes far beyond personal grievances. In his recent statements, he insists that the people of the Biafran region must be given the opportunity to determine their own future. He is clear in his demand: the Biafrans should be granted their independence by April 2025. The former president does not simply advocate for more electoral reform or a better system of governance. He is calling for a complete transformation of the nation's political landscape. His claim is that if the Biafrans are not allowed to be free, there will be serious and unforeseen consequences that will affect the whole of Nigeria. This bold demand, coupled with his accusations about the hidden forces that have long influenced Nigerian politics, has added a new and dramatic chapter to the country's ongoing struggle for true democracy. Adding an unexpected twist to the unfolding drama, Goodluck Jonathan suggests that former United States President Donald Trump is secretly in support of the Biafran cause. Jonathan alleges that Donald Trump has even approved a petition for Biafran independence, further complicating the international dimension of Nigeria's internal conflicts. This assertion has not only surprised many political observers, but has also fueled intense discussions about the role of international leaders in what is primarily seen as an internal Nigerian issue. Donald Trump, who has been vocal in the past about his criticisms of African leaders for misusing United States aid funds, is portrayed by Jonathan as a figure who has exposed the mismanagement and corruption that have, in his view, severely undermined Nigeria's development. Trump's alleged support for the petition has been interpreted by some as a sign that he might be seeking to change the political dynamics of West Africa should he return to power in the future. In his critique of Nigeria's electoral system, Goodluck Jonathan has not held back. He points to what he describes as the widespread use of ghost voters, a practice that undermines the accuracy of vote counts and the legitimacy of electoral outcomes. Jonathan's criticism implies that the current system is so deeply flawed that it not only misrepresents the will of the people, but also allows political figures to remain in power through manipulation and deceit. In a particularly pointed remark, he indirectly suggests that the recent election which brought President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to power was rigged. The former president questions the credibility of the Independent National Electoral Commission, arguing that its inability to prevent fraudulent practices has left Nigeria with an electoral process that cannot be trusted. For Goodluck Jonathan, the issues extend beyond just electoral fraud. He sees Nigeria as a country that is deeply divided along regional, ethnic, and religious lines. He believes that these divisions have been exploited by political elites to maintain power and control over the nation. Drawing a comparison with Rwanda, a country that has managed to overcome its own turbulent past and emerge as a symbol of national unity, Jonathan suggests that Nigeria too needs a radical transformation. He envisions a future where Nigeria can break free from the shackles of tribalism and regionalism and work together as a united nation. Yet, his call for Biafran independence indicates that he also sees a scenario where the current system might not be salvageable, and that a complete reorganization of the country could be the only solution to its deep-seated problems. The discussion surrounding these statements has been amplified by a widely viewed online video that provides a detailed transcript of Goodluck Jonathan's impassioned speech. In the video, the speaker recounts the turbulent history of Jonathan's political career and the dramatic events that led to his ouster from power. The speaker also highlights how, during his presidency, there were multiple instances of unrest, protests, and even violent confrontations. He recalls how Jonathan was forced out through a series of orchestrated maneuvers involving influential groups within Nigeria's political sphere. The narrative in the video portrays Jonathan as a man who once embodied unity and peace, but who now feels compelled to expose the hidden truths behind Nigeria's political crises. It is a story that paints a picture of betrayal, manipulation, and the failure of Nigeria's institutions to live up to their responsibilities. In a personal reflection on these events, one cannot help but feel the weight of the emotional and political turbulence that has defined Nigeria's recent history. The cries for transparency and accountability, as voiced by Goodluck Jonathan, resonate with many Nigerians who have long been frustrated by the apparent disregard for the rule of law and the misuse of power.
Everybody knows Jonathan to be a preacher of peace and love in the country, but Kasala paused few years ago based on Biafran agitation. Jonathan never put his mouth on Biafran agitation right from time. But remember, when they wanted to kick Jonathan out of power, the APC people, that is the Tinubu people, they use everything possible. They use protest and all of that. They even constructed his casket to ensure that they make a large protest to shut down Nigeria until they finally kick him out of power. Now Jonathan have finally come back through the back door. Jonathan have come out to state the obvious to them. If they did not allow the Igbos to go, if they think they can kick him out of power, and they will not allow the Igbos to go, everywhere we pause. That was what Jonathan said. You will see show in this very video. A lot of Biafrans was kind of amazed, and they never expect that Jonathan can come this way. He said they must release another canon, they must release Amanapa, and all of that. You will see show for yourself. I'll play the full video in this very video. What Tinubu never expected finally happened few hours ago. You know, everybody knows Jonathan to be this man that go on his own. Is an easygoing man. This man will never do anything that amounts to trouble and all of that. Even when they kick him out of power, he released the power to Buhari 100% without any further adjourn. He did everything this quickly. That's Jonathan for you. But Kasala boss you as ago. A lot of Biafrans were amazed, they kind of surprised based on what Jonathan did few hours ago. Nobody ever expected this. You know, a lot of people have been agitating for Biafra right from time. A lot of politicians never put mouth in the liberation thing and all of that, even to the extent that Igbo politicians, that is the eastern governors, they never put hand in the liberation of Biafra and all. But Kasala boss you as ago. You know, during the regime of Jonathan, it was protest and it was a lot of things that they used to kick him out of power, even to the extent that Jonathan came out few days ago and they made it known to the general public that Obama and some other people used Boko Haram and all of that to kick him out of power. You know, in the regime of Jonathan, there were several bomb blasts, there were a lot of insurgencies, there were a lot of insecurities. Now they brought the agenda of Seaboard girls, release our girls back to us, bring back our girls and all of that. Those are what they used to crumble the administration of Goodluck Jonathan, and this man left the power for them easily, even to the extent that they shut down all Nigeria in a large protest, Operation Occupy Nigeria. They shut down Nigeria. Tinubu was there, Obrahim was there, a lot of them was there, even to the extent that big Nigerian GOs, pastors were there. Now they kicked this man out of power. Jonathan had been observing them, he never said anything. But Kasala boss you as ago, Jonathan had finally come for the head of Tinubu. You will see sure in this video. He said if they did not allow Biafra to go, if they did not release the Biafra stakeholder, the agitators that they arrest in the name of the Kanu, and what they did to arrest Amunekpa in Finland, that what is coming for them, they will not even expect it. You will hear things for yourself. Nigeria boss, everywhere boss, the grand open mouth. I would like us to stay connected to the end of this video. If you can share the video, just want to share it as you're watching it. Share it to different social media platforms. Let it go viral. And if you can share it, just like the video, like it, give it a thumb up so that it will be recommended for us. Why did Jonathan come this way? Why is it that it is not that Jonathan is coming this way? You know, when Trump got into power, a lot of people were thinking that Trump would be like Biden and all of that, but it is very obvious that Trump did not want to have anything to do with Biden. Even to the extent that when Trump is talking at times, he will talk about Biden in a very ridiculous way. He talks about Biden like I say Biden is just like a shit of brass and all of that. He never accord Biden. He never say anything good regarding Biden. But this Trump in question have been giving African leaders a lot of troubles. He brought out the statistics that African leaders have gotten a lot of money from US aid and all of that, and what are they using the money to be doing in their countries now? The investigation is out, and a lot of African leaders, they're scared of Trump at the moment because they've taken a lot of money from US and they did not use it for what they ought to use it for, even to the extent that a lot of African leaders now, they avoided Trump at the moment. Now this is where the whole saga start from. It is in the regime of this Trump that a man came out and he made it not to the general public that the money that they got from US is what they used to be funding Boko Haram in Nigeria and all of that. And mind you, this Boko Haram came to stay in the regime of Jonathan. Now it is said that they use the Boko Haram as a weapon, they weaponize it and use it to kick Goodluck out of power and all of that. And I see that it's not enough. This is not coming from a Nigerian man, it came from a US man. Now it was after then that Goodluck was granted an interview and he opened his mouth and talk. You know that this man had a lot of things in his mind. He opened his mouth and talk and made it known to the general public that he's aware of what Obama did and some APC people, how they used the terrorist group to kick him out of power and all of that. Now the same Goodluck have finally come out few hours ago. He have come for the head of the APC people. He said if they did not allow Biafra to go, if they think they can be doing the Igbos anyhow in their own country, that war is coming for them, they will not even expect it. You see it for yourself. I will play the full video now.
Your Excellency, Goodluck Jonathan, the Igbos hold an important place
in the history of Nigeria. They have made enormous contributions to the progress of our country, primarily through trade and investment. They are known to be excellent industrialists. They are entrepreneurs, and they are scholars. I remember when we were in school then, if you are good in mathematics, your peer will be calling you Chikobi. They epitomize resilience amid adversity and fortitude in times of despair. These are the virtues we need to emphasize now more than ever, given our nation challenges. Looking at our political evolution from amalgamation to the independent struggles, the First Republic, military adventurism, and now we are talking about the Fourth Republic, has been a dominant topic in our political history and political discourse. To achieve this, all stakeholders must work in unity of purpose to achieve this dream. In fact, when I received the invitation to be here to chair this occasion, and I looked at the topic, Igbo Quest, I just brought four, not to bore you. First, and I quote, not my statement, Nigeria is not a nation. It's a mere geographical expression. There are no Nigerians in the same sense as there are English, Welsh, or French. The word Nigerian is merely a distinctive appellation to distinguish those who live within the boundaries of Nigeria from those who do not. This is accredited to Chief Obafemi Awolowo, the former Prime Minister of the Western region. The second one, and I quote, "It is true that we politicians always delight in talking loosely about the unity of Nigeria. 60 years ago, there was no country called Nigeria. What is now Nigeria consisted of several large and small communities, all of which were different in their outlooks and beliefs. The advent of the British and that of Western education has not materially altered the situation, and the many and varied communities have not knit themselves into a composite unit." This is accredited to Sir Amadu Bello, former Premier of Northern Region. The third, and I quote, "Since 1914, the British government has been trying to make Nigeria into one country, but the Nigerian people themselves are historically different in their backgrounds, in their religious beliefs and customs, and do not show themselves any sign of willingness to unite. The Nigerian unity is only a British intention for the country." This is was said by Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, the former Prime Minister. The fourth and the last, let me not bore you, and I quote, "Each of our three regions is vastly different in many respects, but each has this in common, that despite variety of languages and custom or differences in climate, all form part of one country which has existed as a political and social entity for 50 years. That is why we believe that the political union of Nigeria is destined to be perpetual and indestructible." This is accredited to Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, former President of Nigeria. So if you look at these statements by our different leaders and look at Zeke's position, and the statement is made, as a nation we have challenges, but we should not be slaves to our challenges. Let us get over the obstacles and move forward. We have to adapt. We must not conform. We cannot conform to some aberrant behavior considered to be politically correct. Let us look at the case of Rwanda, a country that is adapting or
to their situation, which had a gory experience of genocide. They reconfigured their nation so that in today's Rwanda, tribe is no longer an issue. They all see themselves as one people. I'm not saying Nigeria should do exactly like Rwanda.
Jonathan Ebele Goodluck, the former president of the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom Nigeria, has indirectly indicted Tinubu, who happens to be the current Wayo president of the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom Nigeria. So this very message is for Jonathan Ebele Goodluck. So I want you to pay very good attention, and once you come across this very news, make sure that you share it so that it gets to Jonathan Ebele Goodluck, because I have a very important message for him. And as you can see, we will be reading this very news from one of the Zoom media platforms, Sahara Reporters. And according to their own title, they said, you can't get accurate vote count in Nigeria due to many ghost voters, says ex-president Jonathan. You can't get accurate vote in Nigeria. He said you can't. That means there is no hope, even in the so-called 2027, although Nigeria's existence to 2027 is hanging on a tree. Yes, it's actually hanging on a tree, because we are not sure. Nobody is sure, including Tinubu, who is currently preparing himself for 2027. He is not sure if the zoo will last till 2027, especially if the Prime Minister Mazi Samanepa is released as quick as possible. Now, let us continue and read this very news in full details. And they said, speaking at the Yaga Africa Reflection Conference on Democratic Elections in West Africa in Abuja, Jonathan emphasized the need for integrity within the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. Former Nigeria President Goodluck Jonathan on Tuesday raised out over the credibility of Nigeria's electoral system, attributing inaccurate vote counts to the prevalence of ghost voters. Oh, say to go. Jonathan has finally found his voice to speak against the impunity of Fulani that is controlling the INEC and, of course, the presidency of the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom Nigeria. So let's continue. Speaking at the Yaga Africa Reflection Conference on Democratic Elections in West Africa in Abuja, Jonathan emphasized the need for integrity within the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. He urged INEC officials to prioritize ethical conduct over potential pressure, stating that resignation is a more honorable option than compromising the electoral process. In Nigeria, you can't get an accurate count of votes. I believe that we have too many ghost voters, Jonathan declared. Your cry does this start. I'm telling you. If you are pressured to do what is wrong, you should be able to resign and walk away. If we don't have such people managing our electoral bodies, we are in trouble. First of all, he is currently indicting INEC, meaning that INEC should be scrapped and new body formed, or bring new people into INEC, people who cannot be easily, influenced. People who cannot be easily influenced by the politicians for them to do their bidding. Yes, bring this type of people into the structure, and then politics. In fact, that is the beginning of politics. That is the beginning of politics, where you allow people to choose their leaders, and the vote of the people is counted while their voices are heard. But I have a message for Jonathan Goodluck. Let's continue. The former president's remark come amid ongoing concerns about the credibility of Nigeria's elections, particularly following the logistical challenges, violence, and technical glitches that made the 2023 general elections. You see, now he is indicting Tinubu. He is telling Tinubu that you Tinubu, and your position as the so-called Mr. President of the zoo, you are illegitimate. You are not supposed to be there. That is what this man is indirectly telling Tinubu after he has already indicted the INEC, meaning that INEC is not functioning. That the reason why INEC is being formed in the first place has become useless, because with INEC INEC, the voice of the people cannot be heard and their vote can never be counted. Now, let's continue. Despite the introduction of the bimodal voter accreditation system, BVAS, and the result viewing portal, IREF by INEC, the polls were criticized for falling short of expectations. You never see anything, Jonathan. I have a message for you, but let us continue and read this in details. Jonathan also criticized the regionalization of Nigeria's electoral process, describing it as a significant barrier to electing capable leaders, meaning that Tinubu is not capable. He noted that regional and religious biases have infiltrated the system, even influencing predictions by religious leaders. I love this place. I love it. I actually love this place. Look at it. He said he noted that regional and religious biases have infiltrated the system. Now pay attention. He said even influencing predictions by religious leaders. Number one, he said that this shenanigan has influenced the predictions by religious leaders. So meaning that everybody who comes out to tell you, I know who is going to win an election, or this person is going to win an election, and that person is claiming to be a religious leader or even a prophet, that person is lying to you, because this whole ethnic bigotry and all of it in the zoo by I am a Fulani man, I am a Northerner, I'm the one who's supposed to rule, it is my turn in the locker, it has all influenced, the predictions of the so-called religious leaders. Now, as if that is not enough, this same place also tells us that what they usually do is prediction, not, assurance, not prophecy, not, it has absolutely nothing to do with prophecy. You understand? What they do is prediction. Even those who are not being influenced by, political, so-called political elites, those religious leaders claiming to be prophets and pastors who are not yet influenced with their financial powers, meaning that whatever they tell you is all about prediction. There's nothing, it has nothing to do with prophecy. Now, let's continue. When the electoral process is so regionalized, we are going to have issues, he said. If our system, before I continue, first let me analyze this. Maybe this is where I will start sending my message to Jonathan Goodluck. Yes. Now, according to him, he said, when the electoral process is so regionalized, we are going to have issues, he said. Now, it is in the open that the zoo politics and politicians always play regional, religious, and tribal games in politics, in the zoo politics. We all know this. So, therefore, Jonathan Goodluck, haven't you seen that such a thing can never stop? No matter how much you preach, it can never ever stop. This regional, tribal, and religious politics that they play here has nothing to do with the true democracy that we are talking about, and there is no end to this very type of dangerous politics that they play here in the zoo. Haven't you seen it? Haven't you seen it, Jonathan? Is it not the right time you stand up and say, no, this cannot happen again, let us divide this entity and let everyone go their separate ways? Jonathan, is it not the right time, since you already know these things and you also know that it's not going to change, it can never change no matter how much you preach? Can't you use your position and call for the vision of the zoo? Can't you use the position? Or do they also have your secret? Does Fulani have your secret? Do they know what you know? Or do they even know what you don't know that you did? Or what you don't remember doing? Do they have your secret? Are they going to come after you just the same way they will come after all the Igbo criminal politicians who have looted in the past and currently looting? Do they have your secret, Jonathan? Did you loot? Did you steal? Did you rob the people? And Fulani is aware? Britain is aware? Why can't you, if you are innocent, use your office and your position to call for total disintegration of the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom Nigeria, so that everybody goes their separate ways and of course develop in their own pace in their nations? Of course, he cannot do that because I believe that they have his own history, they have his own secrets. He said, if our systems for electing leaders are not fine-tuned to the level that the voter card will work, then what is the point of democracy? Who will I ask if you ask me, Jonathan Goodluck? My people everywhere. He said, the former president called for a robust electoral system that ensures transparency and accountability, stressing that democracy can only thrive when votes are counted accurately and leaders are elected based on merit rather than regional or ethnic considerations. You see, He said transparency and accountability. The Fulani that runs the government of the zoo, or should I say the Fulani that removed you from Asorok. We all know that Fulani removed you. They use Jega to remove you. Now, since you are talking about transparency and accountability, do you think that Fulani that removed you in Asorok will ever allow transparency and accountability in the zoo? Knowing fully well that if they play the politics of accountability and transparency, they will lose. Fulani will lose woefully because even their own Fulani tribe in the zoo cannot vote for their leaders. Yes, oh yes, I make bold to say that. Yes, because you cannot vote for a terrorist to come and rule you. He is going to terrorize you until his tenure is over. You can't vote for somebody or people with questionable characters, people who are already known to be terrorists, sponsoring terrorism in the northern part of the zoo. You cannot vote for such people. People who have, cockroaches in their cupboards cannot be voted even by their own people to lead the entire nation. If I even want to say nation, the entire zoological republic. So they will lose and they will never ever smell the power again. If you bring transparency and accountability, the likes of Tinubu can never ever smell a sock. Yes, even P2B can never ever smell a sock. If you are talking about transparency and accountability, because I will first of all ask you, for complete 8 years he ruled Anambra, is there anything to write home about in Anambra? As in, P2B was here for 8 years. What did he do? Did he give us free education? The answer is no. Did he build road networks? The answer is no. Did he give us steady electricity? The answer is no. Did he give us basic infrastructures and amenities? The answer is no. So what did he do? Next one they will come on my comment section and tell me, oh, he paid the teachers. That is a shame. Is it my responsibility, me as Ordinanwa broadcasting here on Biafra Unite TV, is it my responsibility to pay teachers? It is one of the common, responsibility of every leader, being a governor or, president, to pay your workers. It's not my responsibility. So any governor that pays teachers cannot boast of, paying teachers or working for the people. No, because it's your responsibility to pay your workers. Now they said, Jonathan also highlighted the challenges facing other West African nations, citing recent elections in Sierra Leone and Senegal, where allegations of voter intimidation, ethnic tensions, and controversial results undermine the credibility of the polls. You see? Now let me finish it. In contrast, he commended Ghana's 2023 general elections as a model of peaceful polling and smooth power transfer, despite limited technological applications. Nigeria must set an example by conducting clean and peaceful elections. Jonathan asserted, as a country with significant influence in West Africa, we must lead by example in upholding democratic principles. Who are you telling this nonsense? Fulani. The former president's call for reform resonate with growing demand for transparency and accountability in Nigeria's electoral process. Just the play. If the zoo stays till 2027, the same thing will still happen. All this your useless grammar, transparency and accountability does not imply. In fact, Fulani doesn't care about this nonsense, but they know if such a thing happens in the zoo, they will lose. So
ndị be anyị nwadalụli nnenu ka ifu nwere ikwu gbasata maka ya bụ ife ndị a niile nwanne nwoke rụtọgasị aka n'elu akwụkwọ kọwagasịa ife dị iche iche gbasata maka ya bụ okwu Maazị Nnamdi Kanu kwuru ụbọchị nke gara aga wee sị na onweghị jọọjị ga-atụ ya nga n'obodo a. Alright, what do you have to say? Drop it on the comment section below. Nke dị ka ibe ya bụ ebe anyị si wenotere onye bụ ozi a bụ Eastern News 24 ka emesịa na ụmụnne m.